Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Billyon Richardson with attendance number 4 and NIM 21030500001, and today I'm going to show you guys about my presentation. The topic is nonverbal communication. Well, without wasting the time, let me begin. As you know, a communication is the transfer of information from one person to other. In other words, we can see communication as the exchange of idea, information, etc. between two or more people. Most of us spend about 75% of our waking hours communicating our knowledge, though an idea to other. Nonverbal communication is the transmission process of communicating through sending and receiving wordless message or signal through non-verbal platforms such as eye contact, facial expression, gesture, posture, and the distance between two individuals. And non-verbal communication can be divided into four parts, namely body language or kinesthetic, eye contact, oculistic, touch, haptics, body distance, prosthetic, proxemics, paralanguage, and turn-taking. We come to body language or kinesthetic. Body language is a significant aspect of communication and relationship. Body language can be defined as the conscious and unconscious movement and posture by which attitude and feeling are communicated. It goes by both ways. First, your own body language reveals your feeling and meaning to other. Two, other people's body language reveal their feeling and meaning to you. Technically, the study of body language is also known as kinesthetic, which is derived from the Greek word kinesthetic, meaning motion. This includes body movement, body position, facial expression, as well as dress. We come to the body movement or gesture. Body language allows individuals to communicate a variety of feelings and talk, from contempt and hostility to approval and affection, often together with body language. In addition to spoken word, the most familiar categories of body language are the so-called emblems or quotable gesture. Body language are a crucial part of everyday conversation or such as chatting, describing a route, or negotiating prices on a market, and etc. One of the most frequently observed but less understood cue is a hand movement. Most people use hand movement regularly, meaning feeling or intention. This category includes salute. The salute is a formal greeting where the open hand is brought up to the forehead. It is often used in the military in a strict, presentable manner and its specific situation. Bowing. Bowing is another formal greeting and can be as extreme as full 90-degree bend from the waist to even complete prostration on the floor. Waving. Waving can be done from a distance. This allows for greeting when you first spot another person. Wave call attention, and a big overhead wave can attract a person's attention for some distance. Another familiar body language are using finger, same as body movement. Finger communicate many things. For example, okay gesture. When you put your index finger on your thumb in America and England, it means everything is well or good. In Latin America, Germany, Middle East, and France, its sign is of insult. Thumbs up. In America and Europe, it's a sign of approval or hitchhiking. In America, when a person stands near the road and use the sign, it means she or he wants to take a free ride in your car, so you will stop and pick up the person. V gesture. With the palm facing forward, this gesture is seen as positive and meaning victory. Thumbs down. It generally indicates that something is bad or not accepted. It received the thumb down has entered the English language as an expression to indicate that something has failed. Crook in finger. In today's society, the crook finger is seen as somewhat impolite hand gesture. It is also used for summoning a waiter and in some countries. Twisted finger. Generally, this means wishing for a good luck or fortune. Another interpretation could be seen as here's hoping, and such folklore belief that crossing the finger when telling a lie somehow offset the evil of the lie. Number 2 is body position. In some culture, travelers should be careful to avoid exposing certain part of their body. In Arab culture, for example, the sole of the foot is considered dirty and should never be shown, so anyone can adopt the local custom of sitting on the floor, for instance, has to take care to avoid doing this. Number 3, facial expression. Facial expression usually communicates emotion. The expression tells the attitude of the communicator. It's now generally accepted by the certain basic facial expression of human emotion are recognized around the world, and that the use and recognition of this expression is generally inherited rather than social conditioned or learned. Facial expression continually changed constantly by the recipient. The meaning of this expression may be similar across culture, such as A. Its eyes. Number 1. Signal. Looking right. Generally. Possible meaning is creating, fabricating, guessing, lying, or storytelling. The explanation is creating here is basically making things up and saying them. Depending on the context, this can indicate lying, but in other circumstances, for example, storytelling to a child, this will be a perfectly normal. Looking right and down indicates a scancing feeling, which again can be a perfectly genuine response or not, depending on the context and to an extent the person. Number 2, looking left generally. The possible meaning is recalling, remembering, retrieving facts. The explanation is recalling and then stating facts from memory in appropriate context often equates to telling the truth. Whether the facts are correct, it's another matter. Left downward looking indicates silence, self-conversation, or self-talk, typically in trying to arrive at a view or decision. Number 3, looking right and up. Possible meaning is visual imagining, fabrication, and lying. The expression is related to imagination or creative part of the brain. This upper right eye movement can be a warning sign of fabrication in a person is supposed to be recalling an static fact. Number 4, signal is looking right and down. Possible meaning is a scancing feeling. The expression is this is a creative signal but not a fabrication. It can signal that the person is self-questioning their feeling about something. Context particularly and other signal are important for interpreting more specific meaning about this signal. Number 5, looking left and up. The possible meaning is recalling image truthfulness. The explanation related to accessing memory in the brain rather than creating or imagining a reassuring side if signal when the person is recalling and stating facts. Number 6, looking left down. Possible meaning is self-talking, rationalizing. Explanation is thinking things through by self-talk concerning an outward view rather than the inward feeling view indicated by downward right looking. B. Mouth. The mouth can be touched or obscured by a person own hand or finger and is tremendously flexible and expressive part of the body too, performing a certain role in facial expression. Number 1, signal is pasted smile. The meaning is fake smile. The explanation, a pasted smile is one which appears quickly, is fixed for longer than a natural smile. It seems not to extend to the eye. This typically indicates suppressed displeasure or forced agreement of some sort. Number 2, Twisted smile. The meaning is mixed feeling or sarcasm. The expression is show opposite emotion on each side of the face. Number 3. Drop jaw smile. Possible meaning is same with number 1 is fake smile. The explanation more of a practiced fake smile than an instinctive ones. The jaw is dropped lower than in a natural smile, the act of which creates a smile. Number 4. Smile head tilt. The meaning is playfulness, teasing, coy. Explanation. Looking up head tilt sideways and downwards so as to hide the face from which the smile is directed via the eyes at the intended target. Number 5. Force a laugh. Meaning is nervous or cooperation. The explanation. A natural laughter is often a signal of nervous or stress as an effort to dispel tension or change the atmosphere. Artificial laughter in a signal of cooperation and a wish to maintain empathy. C. Head. This head is very significant in body language. The head tends to lead and determine general body direction, but it also vital and vulnerable being where our brain. So the head is used a lot in dislike and dislike body language, and it's defensive body language too. Number 1. Signal. Head nodding. The meaning is agreement. Explanation. Head nodding can occur when invited for a response or voluntary while listening. Number 2. Slow head nodding T. Meaning is attentive listening. Explanation. This can be a fake signal. As with all body language signal, you must look for cluster or signal rather than relying on one alone. Number 3. Fast head nodding. Meaning is hurry up or impatient. Explanation. Vigorous head nodding significant that the listener feels the speaker has made their point of taking sufficient time. Number 4. Head held high. Possible meaning is superiority, virulence, arrogance. Explanation. Especially if exhibited with judging chin. Number 5. Head tilt downward. Meaning is criticism and admonishment. Explanation. Head tilt downward toward a person is commonly a signal, criticism or reprimand or disapproval, usually form a position of authority. D. Arms. Arms act as defensive barrier when across the body and conversely indicate feeling of open and security when in open position, especially combined with open palms. Number 1. Cross arm with clenched fist. The meaning is hostile defensive. Explanation. Clenched fist reinforce stubbornness, aggression, or the lack of empathy indicated by cross arm. Number 2. One arm across body clasping other arm by side for female. The meaning is nervous. Women use this gesture, men tend not to. It's a barrier protective signal and also self-hugging. Number 3. Arms held behind body with hands clasped. Possible meaning is a confident authority. Explanation is as demonstrated by member of the royal family, armed force officer, teacher, policeman, etc. Number 4. Adjusting cuff, watch, strap, tie, etc. Using an arm across the body. The meaning is same with number 2, nervous. Another barrier protective signal. Number 5. Holding paper across chest. Meaning is nervous. Explanation is same with number 2 and number 4 is nervous. Another barrier protective signal, especially when arm is across chest. E. Hands. Hands contain many more nerve connections to the brain than most, if not all, other body parts. They are extremely expression and flexible tools, so it's natural for hands to be used a lot in signaling consciously, as with a petting gesture, or unconsciously, as in a wide range of unintentional movement which indicate otherwise hidden feeling and thought. Number 1. Signal palms up or open. The meaning is submissive, truthful, honesty, appealing. Explanation. Say to involve from when open upward, palms showed no weapon was held, a common gesture with various meaning around a main theme of openness. Number two, palms up, finger pointing up is promoting the reaction. The meaning is defensive, instruction to stop. Explanation: relaxed hands are more likely to be defensive as if offered up in protection. Rigid finger indicates a more authoritative instruction or request to stop whatever behavior. Number 3. Palm up and moving up and down as it waves. The meaning is striving for seeking an answer. The hand is empty but figuratively hold a problem or idea, as in wake it. The signal is one of wake possibilities. Number 4. Finger wagging side to side. The meaning is warning, refusal. Explanation: rather like the waving of a pistol as a threat, stop it to ask your arto or else. Number 5. Hand chop. The meaning is emphasize, especially the last word on a matter. Explanation: the hand is used like a guillotine, as if to kill the discussion. Number 4. Dress. Since the time of our cave dweller ancestor, people paid great deal of attention to clothes. They made clothes out of tree leaves, animal hides, and now we have excellent apparel industry that use artificial material to manufacture clothing. Our clothing is a part of our culture identity. Even the way people dress for a business differs widely across culture. Wearing formal clothes is in all over the world means person is going to an interview, where workplace celebration, or a place where some high-ranking people are present. Wearing informal clothes in all over the world means that the person is going to have a friendly party, barbecue, or an informal place. When we understand the body language, become better able to refine and improve what our body says about us, which generate a positive improvement in the way we feel, the way we perform, and what we achieve. B. Eye contact, oculistic. Eye contact is the meaning of the eye between two individuals in human. Eye contact is a form of nonverbal communication and has a large influence on social behavior. The study of eye contact is sometimes known as oculistic. Eye contact provides a way in which one can study social interaction, as in provide indication of social and dimensional information. Eye contact can establish a sense of intimacy between two individuals, such as the gaze of lovers or the eyes contact involved in flirting. Eye contact develop in culture context. A different gaze have different meaning all over the world. The custom and significance of eye contact vary widely between culture, with religious and social differences often altering its meaning greatly. C. Touch, haptics. Touch is culturally determined, but each culture has a clear concept of what part of the body on one may not touch. Basic message of touch is to affect or counterprotect. Support disprover. Here are some explained. Example. Number 1. In USA, handshake is common, even for stranger. Hugs, kisses for those of opposite gender or family, usually on an increasingly more intimate basis. Number 2. Islamic and Hindu. Typical do not touch with the left hand. To do so is a social insult. Left hand is for toilet function. Manually is India to break your bread only with your right hand. Islamic culture generally don't approve of any touching between genders, even handshaking, but consider such touching, including hand holding, hugs between the same sex, to be appropriate. Number 3. Many Asians don't touch the head. The head hosts the soul, and touch puts in jeopardy. D. Body distance or space, proxemics. Proxemic or personal space is defined as the study of the amount of space that people find comfortable between themselves and others. People are usually more comfortable standing closer to family member than to stranger. The study of the way that people use physical space to convey message is called proximity. E. Paralanguage. It's not only words that convey message but also range of other factors such as 1. Vocal characteristic: laugh, crying, yell, moan, whine, bleach, yawn, send different message in different culture. For example, in Japan, giggling indicates embarrassment. In India, bleach indicates satisfaction. Number 2. Vocal qualifiers such as volume, pitch, rhythm, tempo, and tone have different meaning. Loudness indicates strength in Arabic culture, and softness indicates weakness. In German, it indicates confidence and authority. Meanwhile, in Japanese, it indicates loss of control. Generally, one learned not to shout in Asia for nearly on any reason. Number 3. Vocal segregates such as huh, sh, oh, ma, na indicate formality, acceptance, assent, uncertainty, and also controlling conversation. F. Turn taking. In normal civilized Western type of conversation, speakers do not speak all at the time. They wait for their turns, but how do people go about allocating turns to each other to themselves? This is a mechanism of turn taking. On the one hand, there are natural breaks in every conversation. A speaker has to pause for breath, or run out things to say, or simply declare his or her contribution to be finished. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. I'm Thank you very much for your kind attention to watch and hear my presentation. I'm sorry if I say anything wrong and how I brought my presentation is wrong too. I'm very sorry. And thank you very much for your kind attention. See you in my next video. Goodbye.